What's going on, everybody? Afflicted Gamer here, back with another Division video. So it's Friday, time for the weekly vendor reset. You know what that means. I'll go from place to place, easy checkpoint to checkpoint to find out what the best items are for sale this week in the Division. Hopefully it will be as good as last week, if not better. So fingers crossed. Either way, if the video is helpful, please drop it a like. It's much appreciated and it helps the channel grow. If you are new to the channel, consider subscribing for more Division content, as I do put these out every single Friday. So down here at the terminal, double check this guy, because if you own one blueprint, it goes across all characters. Other than firearms knee pads, I own literally everything else, so it's a shame that I can't show you guys what's there. So double check this vendor. Also, as per request, people do not want to see regular gear unless it's something like an Inventive backpack or a pair of Savage gloves, things like that. Regular gear in terms of Striker, Sentry, all of this stuff here, because we have classifieds dropping all over the place and global events. You guys asked to only see specific items, so if that's still the case, leave it in the comments down below, please. And if there's any of you out there that want it the opposite way, also leave that in the comments so that I can do my best to try to help everybody out. Now, the vendor exotics, I know that the Cassidy's popped up in a few caches, but other than that, these exotics stay here, so if there is a good roll, pick one up, because these are still decent items. Liberator, it would be okay actually for a PvE build. You would have to optimize it. 18% enemy armor damage, capable, predatory, responsive. Get rid of capable for something else. Centurion, pick it up just to go with the Liberator for the Free Republic talent. Expert and Ferocious are on it. Not bad. Again, you have to optimize them, so you know, you could wait. Predatory, Disciplined on the Historian. Again, have to be optimized. You could use it in PvE. Cassidy, Swift, Meticulous, I would pass. The Pecan, Talented, Destructive, and Pecan, 22% damage to targets out of cover. Good score, good talents. You could reroll that in one of a couple different ways. Make it for a skill build or PvE build. The choice is yours. Lightweight M4. If you're brand new to the game and you're running a skill build, or if you just don't have one at all and you want to get this for a skill build, pick it up. You will have to optimize it, but it's not terrible for, yet again, skill build. 20% enemy armor damage, skilled, talented, and intense. Intense is in the free slot, which is a nice thing, so you can reroll that for anything else you like, things that you normally wouldn't meet the requirements for a skill build. I said that way too many times. Now, in terms of the regular gear, there's honestly not a whole lot down here. There is an Inventive backpack, but it's not electronics, no skill power, no ammo capacity on it, so I personally would not recommend that you pick it up unless you are, for some reason, extremely desperate. 5% first aid self-heal. If you have absolutely none, get it, but 6% is the max roll, so I would actually hold out for that unless you are desperate. That's it for down here, other than this Rant Suppressor. Some people are fans, so I'm going to point it out because it does have crit chance, crit damage, headshot damage, and reduced threat on it. So pick them up for things like the Centurion, the House, Ear, any form of submachine gun. So, alrighty, let's move on. Alright, upstairs at the base of ops, over at the gear vendor, oh my goodness. Damage to elites over 200 this time. Grab a bunch of these, and it's 4% max roll. GG, massive. Go ahead and stack up on these. As you can see, I'm just going to go crazy right now by a bunch. I know last week we had some, but these are 4% and over 200. On top of that, we've got 4% Seeker Mine damage. 4% is a max roll. If you like to use Seeker Mines, grab those as well. Thank you. Alright, if you make your way over to Kerman Station, for those of you that missed out last week on the almost perfect God Roll Extended Mag, you could at least pick this one up because it is still pretty good. 117.5% mag size, 4% crit damage, and 5.6% rate of fire. So, like I said, if you missed out last week, at least grab a bunch of these until you get a better one.
Don't worry, I'll have plenty of business without you.
Okay. Alright, moving up to Camp Clinton now, coming over to the gear vendor here, the blueprints. Apparently I own everything. I believe there's a carbine and an M870 for sale here. So yeah, if you're interested in those two, go ahead and pick them up. In terms of the special equipment vendor, Out of the exotics, the only thing worth looking at was the Liberator, 22% enemy armor damage, skilled, responsive, unforgiving. Get rid of skilled for something else and you have yourself a good Liberator. Other than that, out of all of this stuff, the regular gear and the mods, there was nothing else, sadly.
I'm sure I'll see you again.
See you next Friday. Scoot on over to Dante's run, and once again we have been blessed with more damage to elites. This time we have stamina for a change, not 4%, but that's okay. 197 stamina and 3% damage to elites. As you can see, gonna grab a bunch until I get that 4%. Thank you. So if you make your way over to Autumn's Hope Safe House, there's one item for sale here. We've got a maxed out Firearms Mod 267 with 3% skill haste. Go ahead and pick a few of these up. Over on the east side of town at the firewall, my goodness, the division gods have blessed those of us that are a fan of damage to elites. Now we have firearms. We have all three now this week. Electronics, stamina, and firearms. So if you missed out on last week, go ahead and pick a bunch of these up. 184 firearms, and again 3% damage to elites. Not 4%, but absolutely better than nothing if you didn't get the ones from last week. Alright, now making our way into the dark zone. That was everything for sale in the light zone, which, my god, we had some pretty good stuff so far. Alright, at West 39th Street, he has one item for sale here. Prototype Stamina Mod, 260 stamina with 3,310 stamina. For sure pick a bunch of these up, even if you do have the blueprint, because that is a pretty good roll. Up at the West 53rd Street DZ checkpoint, one item for sale here, Inventive backpack. So if you missed the good one last week, then this can be a substitute. 1252 electronics, 8% crit hit damage, which you could keep, or honestly I would reroll that for skill power, but you are stuck with bleed resistance in the minor. If you don't mind that, go ahead and pick it up.
Stop wasting my time.
Tell me what to do, you guys are bossy. At the East 40th Street DZ checkpoint, she has one item for sale here. For those of you that are a fan of the Marine Super 90, she's got a pretty good one here. 315% stagger, destructive, deadly, and self-preserved. Self-preserved is in the free slot, so go ahead and reroll that for whatever you wish. Alright, for the final stop of the week, it will be up at the Park Ave DZ checkpoint. He has one item for sale up here, and that is a Model 700 Carbon, 164% headshot damage with intense, destructive, and elevated. I would most likely re-roll off intense for something else and have yourself a good PvE Model 700 Carbon. And supply drops have expired. Okay, anyway, so that is everything that we had for sale this week in the division. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with it. Lots of damage to elites and some decent mods, etc. So hopefully you guys are too. Again, please let me know in the comments below if you want me to keep things this way, where I skip the regular gear now that classifieds are basically reigning everywhere and there's not much of a need for it. Even if you are new to the division, just jump to World Tier 5 with a friend and run the open world bosses, get yourself some drops, and before you know it, you won't be looking at the regular gear yourself either. But if there are still a lot of people that want to see just some really good pieces, please let me know. But other than that, I will keep things this way. So until next time, agents, have a great weekend. Grab the things that you need. Enjoy the rest of Blackout. Once again, drop a like on the video if it was helpful. I do appreciate it. Don't forget that you can always follow me on Twitter at Afflicted Gamer, and the stream times for me to be live here on YouTube will be at the end of the video. Again, have fun in Blackout, and I'll see you guys soon in the next one.